Welcome, everyone, to episode 89 of the Gihyam podcast. This week's energy is helping each one of us understand our perfected soul better than we ever have before. And that is why this is the period of time where anything that is not serving us, anything that has been keeping us small or limited, and many times we don't feel that it's doing that, but on a soul level, the Creator knows if something is holding us back from our greatest selves, it begins to dematerialize during this period of time. Now, is this the case for everyone in the world? Just because a certain energy is available, that doesn't mean that every single person in the world will experience the same outcome. Both the light and the vessel have to be aligned for circuitry to occur. So what does that mean? That means that if this period of time, there's a support system from above, according to the way the sages explain that the holy system works, where the light of the Creator enters this world to benefit us in a certain way, still the vessel has to be prepared to receive that light. And together, when the light and the vessel, when the desire and the fulfillment are equal, you have the manifestation. You have a child. It's like the male and female energies coming together. It gives birth to something new. So for the people in this world whose desire is to reach the greater part of themselves, whose desire is that they want to understand what is the version of me that has certainty, what is the version of me that has clarity, what is the version of me that has my soulmate, what is the version of me that is living no longer a mediocre life. If you have this desire, you will receive from above the support system to help you accomplish this goal. And that is why during this time, we see certain relationships either end, or if they are ending, finally have the door closed on them. This is why during this time, we see that we might meet people who challenge our old belief systems. Maybe we become inspired to think bigger in ways that we never thought was possible. How many times have you been living a life where you thought you were doing great? You thought that you are successful. You thought that you were achieving. You thought this is what love is. This is what marriage is. This is what having a good life is. Or maybe you settled and said, hey, listen, life is filled with ups and downs, and there are good moments and bad moments. And mostly we have challenges, and mostly we suffer. And a lot of people believe this. And then all of a sudden you met someone who didn't have that kind of life, but they had a life that was much more expansive. They had a life where they didn't have to suffer to be successful. And you always thought you had to suffer. They have a life where you see that in their relationship, it's not toxic. It's not constant criticism. It's not two people that are being passive aggressive and putting each other down. And you realize, wow, healthy relationships do exist. How many times have you seen something and then realized, oh my God, there is a life, a world, a love, a dynamic where I can have much more than I have now. Now is the time that if you are open and ready, and as you're listening to this, ask yourself the question, how open and ready am I to be elevated to the next version of myself? Many times we think intellectually, yeah, I love the idea of elevating, but what if I have to let go of what the sages call the skinny cow? That thing that is giving me breadcrumbs, but it's still comfortable. That thing that is not everything I want, but at least it's consistent. How many times have we lived a life where we thought that that was okay? And as a result, we kept ourselves small and we never got to experience life. I know so many people in the past, present. I know so many people who are in relationships, marriages, and they will tell people they are not happy, but they are afraid to leave. They are afraid to leave because of the shame that it causes. They're afraid to leave because it's their second marriage, and what will people say if they have a third marriage? They're afraid to leave because they have a lot of guilt around disappointing their children, disappointing their community. They're afraid to leave because of financial instability. What will I do after I leave? Who wants war? Who wants chaos? Who wants to spend money on legal bills? And so they live a silent life of misery. They present themselves to the world as if they're happy, as if they're getting by, but when their head hits the pillow at night or when they're sitting in the bath alone, they're wondering what happiness would really look like, what love would really look like, what passion would really look like. So many people around the world are going through this. So many people are in jobs, in careers, where they come home incredibly drained. They're around people that aren't elevating them but bringing them down. They're around people who criticize them. They're giving hours to the point where they're not selling products anymore, but they realize they are the product. You are the product. And do you know that the Creator desires for you infinite happiness and fulfillment? Not in 10 years, not in the end of your life, but right now. Every single one of us should be experiencing freedom right now in our lives. Freedom. That is the greatest pleasure you could ask for. That is the greatest joy you could ask for. Freedom. What does that mean? To live a life of freedom, because the light that is available right now will give you freedom if you desire it. But I need you to desire it. I need you to want to be okay with living a great life. Oh, who doesn't want a great life? Everybody says they want a great life. Consciously, that's what they say. Unconsciously, some people sabotage success because they're afraid to be successful. I know certain people that realize subconsciously they don't want to be wealthy because they don't want to make their siblings feel bad because their siblings don't have enough money. I know some people who don't want subconsciously sabotage having children, and as a result they have miscarriages because subconsciously they realize that their sister can't get pregnant or their best friends can't get pregnant, and so they don't want to be pregnant because they don't want to make other people feel bad. Do you know how many people stay small because they don't want other people to feel bad? Is that the kind of life that you're living? Is there any part of your life, if you have to be honest, that you're living smaller than you should be? You're diminishing your light. You're always trying to explain yourself to people because you want other people to be comfortable and you don't want to make them feel bad. This is the week to let go of all of it. You're receiving a support system from above and there's a safety net that will catch you. When you make that fearful step into your greatest destiny. If it's your career, make that step. If it's your love life, have that conversation. Have the conversation. You don't have to just get up and go. Have the conversation. There's nothing wrong with telling your partner that you're not happy. There's nothing wrong with telling your closest friend that you believe their behavior is bringing them down, it's bringing you down. You don't have to go out at night all the time when you don't want to. You don't have to get caught up in the things that your friends or colleagues or boss is doing just to fit in. The Creator has carved a very special path for you. And every time you are authentic with yourself, and as long as your intention is truly to grow, to have yourself grow, to have your soul grow, and to create and share with others, even if you don't know what that looks like, but your intention is that, you are protected. You do not have to worry. And if you really want to know that the Creator exists, if you really want to know that miracles exist, then you have to release yourself into a place where you feel suspended in air and you're not sure who's going to catch you. If you have it all figured out, if your logical mind is controlling the situation, if your logical mind has figured out through your context, your network, or your net worth, how you are protecting yourself in every way, then you are not with the Creator. People think that just because they have bodyguards, they are secure. People think that because they have alarm systems or guns or wealth that they are secure. Are you? I know the wealthiest people, then all of a sudden, cancer comes. ALS comes. Issues with their children come, and not any of the bodyguards, wealth, power, political connections can help them. At the end of the day, who are you serving? Who is your master? Is it the people? Is it your ego? Is it the future? The future is always controlling me. Is that your master? Is that who you're serving? If the president of the most powerful country in the world asks you to do something, you might feel honored to do so. You might feel that you're serving a powerful king, a powerful prime minister, a powerful president. But what about the president of the universe? What about the most powerful force in this world, the creator, that's controlling the stars, the galaxies, the angels, the mineral kingdom, the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human kingdom, and infinite interactions all at once, and has the divine understanding of how all of those things fit together? Wouldn't you rather serve this force, this universal force that is above all religion and all people and all of humanity? Who cares about people who have money or people who have political power? They're puppets. They're puppets. Having money, okay. But at the end of the day, the person who is connected to the light of the Creator has more power than any of them. Do you know thousands of years ago, in the times of the kings weren't the most powerful people. It was the prophets. Every king had a prophet that he would go to for the final answer and to consult. The prophet themselves, maybe they didn't have an army. The prophet, maybe they didn't have gold and treasures at their disposal. But because they had a direct connection to the light of the Creator, because their vessel was pure enough to hold that light, because of the work they did on themselves, because all they wanted was to be with the light of the Creator, they had this access that the kings did not have, and the kings knew that. And so the advisors to the kings, which were the prophets back then, had more power than the kings themselves. And so you have to ask yourself, do you want to be a king or do you want to be a prophet? Do you want to have the money? Or do you want to have what is the source of all the money, which is the light of the Creator? And for each one of us to know that it does not matter who you are or what you've done in your past or any negativity, let it all go. The Creator doesn't care how negative you were in the past. It does not matter. There is no time in the realm of the Creator. There is no past. All the light sees, feels, experiences is who you are at this exact moment. And if you choose to be a vessel of the light, if you choose to have certainty beyond logic, that everything is good, if you decide to let go of your grudge, of your opinions, of your neediness, of your lack, let it go right now. Tell yourself that you are whole and complete and that you are not missing anything. Oh, but I'm missing so many things and I want this and I want that. And oh, easy for you to say, but how am I going to pay the bills tomorrow? Stop it. Stop that nonsense right now and visualize, feel, connect that right now you are wealth. You are a soulmate. You are a king or a queen. And then live your day that way. Live your life that way. And do not compromise that. Do not do the things that a king would not do. Do not do the things that a queen would not do. Stop making yourself so available. Stop hanging out with people who drag your energy down. Stop skipping the important things like studying, learning, transforming, meditating, praying. Build more structure around the things that are good for your soul and good for your body. Not just the things that stimulate you and give you a little instant gratification, a little bit of doom scrolling, a little bit of addiction here and addiction there, and I just need to get away energy. You don't need to get, I'll tell you something. In my life, right before I ever went to my next level, and when I say next level, I don't just mean spiritual next level, like physically, more success, more power in the physical world, more financial freedom. It always came literally 10 minutes after I was exhausted. I wanted to give up. I said it's not worth it, and I wanted to go back to old patterns of instant gratification. Almost every time. Almost every time. You're exhausted, you're wondering why you're doing any of this, what's the point? You're fed up with everyone, you're impatient, you're irritated, and you just want to escape, and you want to go to just do something that is foolish or stupid or beneath you. And I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to give it 10 more minutes. I'm going to give it 10 damn minutes. 10 more minutes. I tell the negative side, I tell the Satan, I hear you. You're giving me some logical arguments that I should quit right now because what's the point? It's not working anyways, because that's what the angel of death does. That's what the Satan does. That's what the negative side does. Always comes with great arguments. The most amazing arguments why you should go back and call your ex. Why you should go back and do that thing you said you're never going to do. Why you should just eat a little bit more. Why not? Why you should stay a half hour, 2 hours, 4 hours longer at that event than you told yourself you were going to. You said you were going to go home early and go to sleep. Why are you still there looking around the room like a loser trying to take energy from people? Why do people stay at parties longer than they need to? Because there's a moment you know you need to go home and then you stay because you want to take something. Do you think the president of any country is hanging out at a party waiting for people to approve of him or like him? He's always the first one. He's always the last one to come and he's the first one to leave. Why are some of us the first ones to come to the party and the last ones to leave? Who's closing down the party? Now, if it's your wedding night, fine. But if it's a random Tuesday, what the hell are we doing? What's going on here? This is not the power of your soul. And so let's be conscious of this voice of the opponent that is so loud and always will get louder 10 minutes. And it's a metaphoric 10 minutes. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 1 day, it could be 1 week, but your redemption is about to come. So yes, if you feel tired, if you feel drained, if you feel fed up, if you're irritated, if you're ready to just scream at your children because they're doing the same thing they've done 1,000 times, if you're ready to just judge your husband or judge your wife or judge your partner and tell them why they're being this way because they're always this way and you're just so fed up, when you get to that fed up energy, listen, you're 10 minutes away. You're 10 minutes away. Your miracle is coming. But that 10 minutes will become another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes if you just think, okay, I'll wait 10 minutes. No, no, no. I want you to pause. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to love the pain. I want you to allow yourself to break. The reason why we are reactive is because we're so afraid to break. We're exhausted, we're irritated, we're hungry. Someone's constipated over here, hasn't gone to the bathroom in 2 days. Of course he's upset. Who's not going to be upset? They're constipated. You know what? Sit in your constipation for a moment and say, I love the constipation. I love that there's no food. I love that the kids are just screaming at the top of their lungs for absolutely no reason. I love it. Listen to the symphony of the children. Listen to the voices of the children, because what do we know? If you just came out of prison after 10 years and you haven't seen your children in 10 years, the screaming would sound like the greatest orchestra in the world, and it would be like divine sounds to you. It says that when a soul goes up after a person dies, soul goes up into the upper worlds. And it says that actually every soul in this world goes through hell first. So there's not this concept that you go to heaven or hell. There's actually a concept that's in the Zohar. It's called the river of Dinor. It's an energy. And it's the equivalent of the energy of hell. It's like a river of fire that every soul must go through first. And depending on the level of negativity that you held on to in this physical world is how painful that river of fire will be. Imagine, for example, I'm going to give you a metaphor, and I hope it's a good one. You know, when a person gets waxed, I've never gotten waxed, so I don't know, but I've had tape ripped off of my arm before. So imagine you have to get waxed, or let's use the tape example. Let's say you have tape that's on your arm. If there's no hair on your arm and you rip the tape off, it's not going to be painful. If there's a lot of hair on your arm, if a person is hairy, he rips the tape off, it's going to be very painful. The hair, actually the Zohar talks about this, is like the negativity of the person when they leave this world. So imagine when you go to the upper world, you go to the river of fire, the river of Dinor, any limited beliefs, any grudge, any control, anger, whatever soul correction, whatever tikkun you held on to that you didn't correct in this lifetime is like the hair on your body. And imagine the river of Dinor is like tape. If you have no negativity, you go through the river, you have no pain. If you're holding on to your limitations, if you're holding on to the past, if you're holding on to your fears, if you're holding on to this story of what your childhood was like, and you're always telling people about your childhood and your mother, and this mother wasn't like this, and you're always talking about your ex, this narrative, that you're holding on to them. You're still holding on to the soul contract of the past. People go to therapy and they keep always talking about their past. And the Zohar is actually very clear. Be careful talking too much of things that have passed, because you are now reinvigorating the soul contract with that past. Don't you want to move forward? Don't you want a new life? So why are you talking about the past? Of course, we need to process it, but sometimes people are processing things for 10 years and telling everybody about their process. Stop with your process. How much process do you have? In fact, the more process you have, it means that it's stuck in the realm of time, not the realm of miracles. Miracles, instant, no time. Next. The most successful people, next. Manifest. Time, my process. It's a process. Yeah, we're waiting for this one. We're waiting for that one. The reason why you're waiting is because you don't want to manifest. And that's why everyone else is causing delays for you. The reason why people cancel on you and delay you from manifesting is because subconsciously you don't want to manifest. You want to delay. You like the delay because then you can tell everybody about your process. I know a guy, and we realized that after 20 years of working together, that he loves the energy he gets from telling people how bad his life is. So he loves the process. In fact, if miracles would come, well, he doesn't have a story to tell anymore. Sometimes you see creators out there who are always telling about their story of like the relationship that destroyed them, and then they have all these lessons from it, but they're telling the same story over and over again. Or this painful thing that happened, and they're telling the story over and over again. And it's powerful and it's beautiful because they went through a process, and they overcame the process, and now they want to share their story with the world. But one of the things I share with other creators, and we talk about this because we're always looking out for each other, like how do we grow and not get lost, not working on ourselves? If you're telling a story, maybe you're on a book tour, or you're telling a story on a seminar, or even a podcast, and you keep telling the same story, there's going to be a part of you that loves and depends on this story. So what ends up happening is subconsciously, one of two things. One, you actually tell the universe, send me painful situations that are similar to the one I just went through, because I love telling the stories. So if you went through a horrible breakup and now you live to tell about it and how you overcame this heartbreak, there might be a part of you, maybe, that's getting so much money, respect, attention for your story that subconsciously you'll ask for the story to happen again so you have more stories to tell. Just have to be careful. How tricky the negative side is, how tricky our limited beliefs are. This is the week. Each and every single one of us, with the help of the light of the Creator, not your logical mind, but the light of the Creator will come and release you. Release you from the things that you didn't even know was limiting you. And what I want you to do this week, whether you never prayed before in your life, it doesn't matter. Prayer is a technology that expands your vessel to hold light. And this is how I want you to do it. In your own language, in your own voice, either out loud or as a whisper, I want you to ask the Creator and say, I am open to letting go, finally, anything and everything that is limiting me. Please show me what that is. Please show me what that is. Let's do a meditation now. I want you to sit comfortably, without distraction, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Feel your lungs expand and then release. We are infinitely powerful. Often we think that we are limited, and we are limited in what we can achieve, limited in how we can communicate, limited in how we can earn, but it is not true. Our soul actually has infinite potential to receive. How do we know this to be true? Because the Creator is infinite, has infinite light to give, and so it created an infinite vessel to receive, and you are a part of this vessel. The illusion is that you are small, that you are deficient, that you are not wanted or not worthy. And anytime the voice in your head tells you that it's too much, that you can't handle it, that you don't deserve it, that it's not possible, you must know that this voice is not the voice of the light. Anything that is limiting is not the light, for the light is infinite. You are infinite. And so people always ask, how do I know if the messages I'm getting are coming from the realm of miracles, the realm of light, or from the dark side? It's a simple answer. The message is limited. If the message makes you feel finite, less than, unworthy, it is not coming from the light of the Creator. The Creator does not punish. The Creator does not withhold. The Creator is always thinking every moment, how do I shine? How do I give? How do I expand? How do I create? And so each one of us has the power, especially now, the support from above, to reach levels that we've never reached before, ever in lifetimes. This is the time that your business can expand not just by 2x, 3x, but 500x overnight, illogically. This is the time that no matter how far away you think you are from a relationship, you can meet your soulmate in the blink of an eye. Does the Creator have any limitation in bringing that to you? The infinite Creator cannot put a dream in the mind of your soulmate, a desire in the heart of your soulmate to go to a certain place that you will be at exactly at the time you will be there? Of course. Please have certainty beyond your logical mind of just who you are, how powerful you are, how amazing you are, and how much more capacity you have than you think to handle life's challenges. If you are frustrated and irritated and drained and you've had just about enough, just wait 10 more minutes. Relax into the pain, love the noise, love the irritation, love the loss, love the grief, love the anxiety. Say, I love anxiety. I love doubts. I love not knowing what's going to happen. I love not seeing the future. I love that I don't even know how I'm going to pay my bills. I love all the people who are disrespecting me. I love when people drag my name through the mud. This is exactly what the Creator desires. I cannot see the whole picture. I don't want to see the whole picture. I just want to trust in the light of the Creator. Do not pray for your problems to go away. Pray for the certainty to know that your problems are good. Because once you pray for certainty, you will see the whole truth, and you will see that these problems were never problems. And once you see problems not as problems but as miracles, the problems go away. Give yourself permission to receive. For some of us, it's very hard to receive. Are you open this week to receiving love? Are you open this week for having people really help you, support you, be there for you? Do you know that you deserve it? Do you know that the Creator wants to give it to you? He just needs you to open up a little bit. This is the week you can ask for it. I want you to pray to the Creator and say, I am open this week to receive endless. Not just a little bit, endless. Let go of the people who are giving you breadcrumbs, who are constantly dragging your energy down and you're always trying to fix them. Are you a fixer? You have to stop fixing people. Only the Creator can help people elevate. All we can do is open people's minds to the light of the Creator. We can't fix them. We open their minds simply by becoming like the light and allowing them to feel the light, and then they choose the light over their own limitations. I want you to inspire by becoming, not inspire by teaching. This is such a powerful week. We are so blessed to live in this time, to have our souls come to this world at this time. And I want you to know that. I want you to experience that. I want you to always thank the Creator and how blessed we are to live in this time. Why? Because our time has the greatest darkness. And so you were chosen to come down to a time of the greatest darkness because your soul is part of the elite forces that can reveal miracles in great darkness. A powerful army sends its best soldiers into the most complicated and difficult battles. And so you were chosen. This is the week. And whenever you need strength, meditate that we are all together and our souls are connected and we can draw strength from each other. And there is nothing that is a unified force. There's no darkness that we cannot overcome with the light. I want to thank you for your time this week. I appreciate you greatly. Know that we're all here for each other to help bring the light of the Creator to the world.